No one's been asking, and I'm delivering. What next? Valentine's Day edition. What's going on, guys? Hopefully everyone's been doing all right. Everyone been having a good year so far. Somewhat sticking to those resolutions, maybe even one of them. Doesn't have to be all of them. You don't have to be down 20 pounds already. Just stick to a better routine and hopefully even see in action. What we're going to talk about today, I have a couple things. One, how to deal with boredom and all those great ideas you have up in your head. And that'll be at the end. I have a special surprise at the very end, so make sure to stay tuned to that. A couple more topics. How is your love life? When people ask you, how is your love life? How do you respond? What's your general thought process in that? That's one more thing that we're going to tackle. Knowing yourself and self-love, since it's the holiday season, and clearly it seems like everyone on social media is either vehemently loving the person so much of their life, or you're single and you hate Valentine's Day and say you're just going to go get drunk. Either way, self-diagnosing and self-love, kind of a theme here if you haven't noticed. The red shirt, the Sunday Tiger Best. Kids still got to swing. So, and like I said, loving yourself, having good habits and whatnot. But let's start out with, how is your love life? When someone asks you, how's your love life going? How do you respond? Usually it's the typical, oh, well, you know, either sucks or they're doing okay or fantastic. But when someone asks you, how's your love life? Do you ever stop and think to elaborate on self-love? Or not even just self-love right now. But have you thought of, if you have family, if you have children, especially if you have kids? Like, that's like my big thing, because I don't have family really at all. But I have a couple stepbrothers and I have two beautiful daughters. And I was just thinking about this the other day, and when someone asks me how's your love life, someone actually asked me this the other day, and I started to think about it in a different way. And the first thing I thought of was my children. And this was after this father-daughter dance, and all my feelings were coming out, and Dad was tearing up a little bit and realizing his big girl, or his little girl, ain't so little anymore. But I answer that question with, my daughters are amazing. They're happy, and I feel their love every day, for sure. So all you parents out there, even if you're single, especially if you're single, think of your love life in terms of how many people in your life are either one affected by you or affected by you, or they affect you, I guess, with love. So if you feel that love reciprocally from a family member, usually, or child, significant other, whatnot, but not even significant other like I'm talking about. You don't have to be with someone to feel love, is my big thing here. And like I said, with kids, when someone asks you, how's your love life going? Maybe hit them with that answer. My kids are great. My wife's doing all right. My mom, my dad, I see my cousins, my grandparents. I know their love is hitting me, and I feel it. It's kind of sappy, but I mean, it's February 14th. It's the day of love, everybody. I don't know why I'm making those weird voices. But when someone asks you, how's your love life? It doesn't have to be with someone else, with a girlfriend or a wife or a husband or anything like that matter. It could simply be, what love do you feel from others? It could even be from the person that you're talking to, like a best friend. It's like, you always have those friends that you know you'd do anything for. That's a certain type of love. So you can say like, oh, well, I'm glad we've been hanging out, and I love, like, and it's kind of like, especially with the guys, maybe with girls, they'd be more open to expressing how they feel. But guys, they never say I love you to another guy. I mean, sometimes if you're drunk, Obviously, it happens. But it's more like, oh, I appreciate you. I respect everything you do. You know, if you ever needed something, you always have my back. That's another kind of love. But no one ever says, oh, when someone asks, how's your love life? It's always, shitty. Or either good. It's never like in between. It's either great or it's either terrible, but it's never in the middle. It's never realizing the love that you have from other people and not just from like a significant other. So that's just one way. Just to kind of try and change your mindset. If you're feeling a little bit lonely, if you're feeling left out this holiday season, as a lot of people do, from judging on all the comments from social media and whatnot, texts, Snapchats, you're either vehemently hating Valentine's Day or you love it so much because your significant other brings you so much joy. Right. But if you have no one else on this holiday season, and when someone does ask you, how is your love life? Well, let's take it in a different topic. How about self-love? The love you have for yourself. Now, there's a lot of good quotes online about fixing your problems in your past, because then you'll bring them up on undeserving people. I forget one of the quotes, but it's really good. I'm not going to rumble and bumble through it now, but I'm sure you guys have all seen the awesome Instagram pictures and the inspiring quotes and all those things that just get you moving to make action. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're just hitting your like button on your phone. That's action nowadays. That's how we view society, by likes. How many people like me? How many people are going to judge what I do? God, you're not living your life for self-love, for one. You're living your life for other people's opinions. That's terrible. But learn self-love. And how you start with that? Well, one, it could be as simple as making routines. Good routines that you know that will keep you in a good, straight path. And obviously you might veer sometimes, but when you wake up, so for myself, me putting myself in a good pattern is waking up every day, making my bed, going to brush my teeth, and then meditating. While having a glass of water, like a nice, wake up, have a nice 2 cups of water, then make your bed, meditate. And just from that little half an hour right there, when I start my day, I know, like my whole mindset is changed, because when I do meditation, I do something called 6-step meditation, 6-phase meditation, however you want to call it. And it's just something you can Google, go on YouTube, and just look it up. It's about 22 minutes, and it's just like a guided meditation. Throw my headphones on. It's the same thing every day, but it gets you thinking, it gets your energy up, it gets you mentally started to motivate yourself, and then you envision yourself down the line of what you want to do, and it puts you in perspective, your own perspective, because they're your own thoughts of how you're going to get there in 3 years. So I definitely recommend meditation. You can do this when you go to sleep, you can do this in the morning, but for me, I just like to do it in the morning. It gets my whole day set, and it starts me off on a great foot. I know some of you guys don't have the time to, but maybe one time out of this week, wake up 20 minutes earlier and get it done. I guarantee you, even if you're not into it, it's going to put you in a different mindset regardless. And you can poo-poo it. You can be hesitant to the idea at first. Totally. Every new idea, anything anyone else telling you that you haven't physically done yourself is like, you always have some sort of skepticism to it. But just coming from, I wouldn't be doing this if it didn't help me. So if it might not help millions of others, but if it helps 5, 10, 50 other people, then this is the reason why I want to do this. This is the reason why this worked for me. Maybe hopefully it works for you. So start yourself off on a good morning routine. Sets your whole day up, sets you up for success. That's just one way to self-love. Another way, I hate to get so preachy in like every single episode into this, but your diet, it's honestly crucial. I'm very torn on marketing, like McDonald's towards children and stuff, and why is that legal? Why are certain things legal? But like, no matter what, at the end of the day, you're still in control, not so much as a kid, but especially as a parent. You're in control of what you put in your kid's body, and that forms their habits later in life. So if you start them out, McDonald's, maybe some fruit, maybe some veggies, McDonald's, letting them choose because they're picky eaters, you're letting them control you because some emotional, oh, I want them to feel good, or it's just easy, or you're lazy, which is even worse. So don't set yourself and your kid up for success later in life. I don't know, it's just a tangent. I don't want to get too much on health or anything, but your diet is definitely a massive way to self-love, because so many people use food as an emotional crutch to make you either feel better or there you go, I guess, yeah. I mean, you usually only eat to feel better, to curb something else that's going on. And that's like the worst kind of eating, I think, because you're not even eating for fuel. It's for a mental issue, I guess you could say. I don't want to sound callous, but it's definitely something that you want to really try and get out of, and start looking at food as fuel and what it's doing for your body. Like, you look at the cheeseburger from McDonald's, or I don't want to get too on opposite spectrums, but like a salad. You look at what, when you have that burger, you're going to get a huge insulin spike. Your blood sugar is going to go up. You're going to feel lethargic. You're going to feel like crap from all that grease and the trans fats and whatever else is in that burger that you don't know of. As opposed to that salad, where you might not have that satiation, but if you are eating food as fuel, you're going to know what you just put in your body is 100 times better than that burger. So, I mean, basically, it's another way to self-love. So when someone asks you, how's your love life? Say, hey, I'm doing all right. I'm doing great. I love myself. I'm getting up every day. Yeah, you might sound a little, what's the word I'm looking for here? What's the word? Yeah, that one. I still can't think of it. But you sound like a douche, basically. But it's okay. Because if you don't love yourself, if you don't take care of yourself, you really can't help anyone else. And as much as your good intent may be, you truly, honestly can't. And that's one thing you have to just, once again, self-diagnose and realize what's going on. A little subset to that. If you know yourself, which comes with self-love, you know how to handle situations and how you would react. And so maybe if you've done things in the past that you're not proud of, learn from those mistakes. Learn from those things that made you unhappy, that made you uncomfortable, that made you sad, that made others sad. Because then you go down two paths. One is continued sadness and self-suffering and loathing and pity and woe is me. And you know where that gets you because it keeps going down the same road. Or you have a second option where you feel that hurt and you realize what you did. And it wasn't really the other person. It wasn't something that you so disliked about them that you had to totally dismiss them and their feelings and do something you now regret, which makes everything worse because you probably did like that person. But the actions that you have chosen to do, path A, will keep going down that tumultuous negativity path as to where you learn from that negative experience. You change your mindset because it's not the other person. And maybe even if it was, you can still learn and change your mindset. Change how you view that situation and make a valiant effort to not do those same things. Because as much, let's take it even simpler, to be very selfish, when you do something to someone, you eventually end up hurting yourself 10 times more. Even if you didn't intend for that to happen, it ends up happening. So take that pain, learn from it, and pass it on to the next person. So when you say, oh, like to that person, oh, I'll never ever do anything again like that, blah, blah, I learned my lesson, I've changed. It's honestly probably too far gone. Because those people have those opinions of you already, and this just is what it is. So what you can do to prove to them that you've changed and everything else, move on. Show it to someone else, and show yourself you've learned from that mistake, because you don't want to hurt yourself again. So then, that's basically all it is. That's where the selfishness comes in. Do it for yourself. Because if you do the same things that made you hurt in situation A, and you continue to do them in a new person, it might take longer for them to come out. But it's still going to go down that same road. To where you're, oh my God, blah, blah, love sucks, blah, blah, and all that stuff. So you have to self-diagnose your own problems and learn from them and grow from them and change. That's pretty simple, honestly. So, on to the big part of this topic. This what next? This Valentine's Day edition. By the way, leave your comments if you're still with me. Hope you're still with me, because now we're getting to the good stuff. Leave your comments so far, any experiences you may have had, why you love Valentine's Day, why you hate Valentine's Day, why you think this red shirt's too red. I don't care. Just leave a comment. Doesn't matter. But like I said, the big thing I want to talk about is motivation and self-love. And one way to stop procrastination and to get going, get moving. I know it's silly, it's simple, and I actually thought of another, as I was doing this right now, thought of another way you can use this for parents of children. So after I'm done with this, we'll go into that. It'll take about 5 seconds. So, self-love. Everyone, all you entrepreneurs, I guess I would include myself. I don't like using that word because I really haven't done much today. In a couple weeks, that'll be different. But today, I don't want to use that term because I haven't put enough action in yet. I've been doing the behind-the-scenes stuff, but now it's time to put forth that action. And sometimes I'm not always as motivated as I am right now, clearly since making this. So to help myself, to help you with all those amazing ideas that you have, but you just can't seem to get them started. Like for instance, I have a red light therapy business that I've already crunched the numbers. It's very, that's all I'll say about that. I have a couple other social media influencing things that people have asked me to consult them on, and they're always like, oh, I'll pay you. And never. No, I'm nowhere near good enough or even think of myself on that level to take someone's money to something that I know is going to work, but it's just not me. I don't need that yet. I don't need to be, I just want to try and help. Hence the one video where I sent out and said, hey, anyone, it doesn't matter. Anyways, stop rambling. What I have for you for Valentine's Day, if you're feeling lonely, if you're not feeling appreciated, well, who appreciates you more than yourself? So all those great ideas you have, and you're just slacking on them, you're not doing them. Well, next time you find yourself bored or on your phone for too long, say, oh my God. And then like in a couple hours, you're like, oh, I have this great idea to do something, blah, blah, blah. But then you're like, oh, let me go check my Instagram and see if anyone liked my last comment. If you're one of those people, trust me, I get like that too. I get kind of stuck. You just kind of go down that rabbit hole of being on your phone. And it happens. It happens to everyone. I'm sure it happens to the most successful entrepreneurs, but it happens less for them because they know the outcome of wasting your time and not utilizing all the time you have. So, in a way to help that, I have created the board box. Yes, like Bird Box. Hence with the guy with the little bandana on his face. I've never seen the movie, but I hear it's pretty good. So like I said, don't worry about Valentine's Day. Don't worry about being lonely. This is the only Valentine's you need. Because who loves yourself more than you? I don't know. I don't know myself. So like I said, all those great ideas that I have, I put a bunch already in here, and just to give you a example of a couple that I have that I just wrote down. You can use Post-it notes. You can use shreds of paper. I just use this little notepad because it's easy, because I just kept writing different ideas. One of them is post a video every social media. One's podcast 10 minutes. One's long form writing. One's yoga video. One's nutritional health. A couple 30 minutes work on the business plan. 1 hour. One's is run bitch. I like that one. Something out of the ordinary, blah, 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 XYZ, whatever good ideas or whatever things that you know you should be doing. I have a bunch more in here, but I just want to show you that. Things that you know you should be doing that will advance your life. And somehow, yeah, I know, yoga videos and all that stuff aren't going to help me right now, per se. But I may learn something when I'm doing that video, how to talk to someone differently, how to look at the camera differently, different angles, stuff like that. So it may not be a big thing that helps me today, but 1, gets me off my phone, 2, gets me moving, 3, I may learn something totally different, or an opportunity may come up from doing something like a Gary V $1.80 strategy. That's another one in here. Let's do that. Do that for half an hour. So simple things that if you find yourself bored, hence board box, if you find yourself bored or sitting there thinking, what can I do? Boom, no more excuses. All those great ideas are in here and they're coming straight from you. So what I like about the pen to paper thing, you're putting in more effort than just typing in your phone as a memo or something. And the two things we value are money and time. You can't get your time back. I guess 3 things: money, time, and effort. You can't get your time back. So once you've done this already, you've utilized your time to better yourself. Effort. You've taken the time and the effort to put the pen to paper, to write everything out. So you're putting You're using your resources to better yourself. So why are you going to waste something that you've done to better yourself? I guess I'm not really saying it right, but you kind of get what I'm saying. You're spending your own time trying to do something for yourself. So if I catch myself on my phone too long or whatnot, just come, put your blindfold on, or whatever, pick something out, boom, business idea 1 hour. Get my phone out, set the clock, and then just start working on whatever business idea I may have at the time. That's just something that helps me keep on track. Like, I love writing things down just to have them out in the open, just so you walk by and you see them. Actually, I'm not going to take you there because I don't want to move yet. But if you could see in the background, I have a board, nice graph with like a plot chart with a bunch of different subsets. It's all starting with healthcare, branching out 8 different ideas, blah, 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 stuff like that. I'll get into that in a whole different episode, but this was about self-love, Valentine's Day, the board box, self-diagnosing, your love life, how you view it, and everything else. So, I mean, this is it. Wasn't that bad. Hopefully it was pretty quick. I don't know the time limit. Usually they're around half an hour. But hopefully you guys' Valentine's Day is going good. I gotta go send that book that I said I was going to. I just got their address and everything today, so I'll be off to the post office. Throw a comment down below. Hope you guys single, taken, whatnot. Hey, self-love. You have love from me. I guarantee you have love from a lot of other people that you don't know. And change your mindset and your mentality. And try and live a healthier life. And that's all I can say, man. So, your big secret, the best part about this, is I haven't been wearing pants. What'd you say? Take care.